मैम ऑन भैया मैम यहाँ पे लेफ्ट पे
सर जाने दो
वाले ठाकुर का लुक हो गया सर मैम वन मैम ये वैदा जी यहीं पर वैदा जी
लुक मैम इधर देखिए मैम
थोड़ा पीछे
आपके राइट में
मैडम जी इधर देखिए
मैम सेंटर हेलो
मैम मैडम मैम कर रहे थे मैम
Could I request everyone to please settle down? We're just about to begin in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
मैम ओके चवला जी थोड़ा यहाँ पे देखिए
मैम
Okay, there's no need for a forward. Shabana ji has given that for the book. So I'd like to read something. When a lot of people look at me, look at us, and say, they have a great life. She's confident, she's got a great family life, she works, and obviously she can never be depressed, but that's completely untrue. I can be depressed. I have been. There have been times when I keep feeling that, oh my God, maybe it's not worth it. I guess all of us at some point of time have felt it. Has anyone over here felt it besides me? Yes. All right. So this was written when one of my times was not exactly great. When I wake up with a feeling that something's amiss, when I miss the clarity in the slur of a lisp, when the air won't reach from my nose to my lungs, when I won't remember words of songs oft sung, when my throat is choked and I can't hear my voice, and silence is all I hear in the noise, when the far is near and the near is far, when I stop making a wish on a falling star, when I toss and turn all night long, when sleep eludes me to the other side of dawn, when my mind won't stop running and I lie awake, when the easiest to do is put myself at stake, when the scale adds pounds and the tape grows wide, but all I feel is a vacuum inside, when candles just add and wishes fall short between all I wanted and all I lost, when I kept running but had nowhere to go, was I running to or from? I ceased to know. It's then I realized I'd lost myself, too late to reach out, too late to help. No way could I be repaired, no way I could be healed. Then with destiny I ended my deal. If only someone had listened, if only someone had reached out, believe in me and cleared my doubt, I would have lived. She was 17 when she died, Richa, my baby sister, and was the most amazing girl you would have ever met. She was outgoing, loving, caring. You would never dream that she would do this to herself. She was not just my sister, she was my best friend. All I have now is a big black hole where my heart was, because my little sister's gone. I won't be able to see her anymore. No more trips to the mall, no more smiles, hugs, late night, movies, nothing. It's all gone. Richa's gone. Every 3 seconds, globally, someone somewhere attempts suicide. And every 40 seconds, someone succeeds. In fact, what hit me the hardest was the stats, the statistics. It is frightening to think that we lose so many lives to something as futile as suicide. 1 out of these 3 suicides is happening in India. Every year, 8 lakh people die of suicide world over, and 1,35,000 are Indians. For every reported suicide attempt, there are 25 which go unreported. Unfortunately, India is the suicide capital of the world. This is not a book, at least not for me. It's an initiative. It's an initiative that is long overdue, that has been long overdue, because death is not the answer.
Good evening all, and thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to speak today about my own life. And my existence is gratitude to Dr. Anjali, and here I would share my story in short. I can speak about my journey today only because my family who took me to Dr. Anjali Chhabria. They took me at a time when I had already tried to kill myself more than 20 times because of a failed relationship, thinking my problems would be over once I'm dead. My doctor at this hour was not only my friend, accepting me as I was, lending me an ear to everything I said. Dr. Anjali did not give up on me, though others called me names like drug addict, वगैरह वगैरह. My sincere gratitude to my elder sister and her friend who introduced me to Nichiren Daishonin's Buddhism, which made me believe in myself through chanting Namyoho Renge Kyo and reading Dr. Daisaku Ikeda's books on all topics related to life. So I had psychiatric medicine for my mind and chanted Namyoho Renge Kyo for my soul. People in the secular world are ashamed to go to a doctor because they think it's only for mad people, and they try to keep it under wraps, thinking all would be fine after some time. They ignore the fact that they are pushing the person into not believing in their own potential to be happy. This issue has to be voiced. Only then will people be free to talk about their problem, whether small or big, and deal with it. I remember the time like when I was in the rehab after I tried to commit suicide. Every time like I would try to do, I remember asking Anjali, to give me some 10 coins, 1 rupee note, so that I could make calls to my boyfriend, so that whom I had actually lost. But she never refused. She became a friend, and I could confide in her and believe in her, and that was the first step of me getting the revival in my life. During my depressive phase, I did not get affected by these comments. I could overcome my mental illness by realizing it was not a taboo and was revived by practicing Buddhism. I got married to a guy just 1 month after my attempt of suicide. He was a wonderful father to my kids and a wonderful husband. He came in my life like a Buddha and made me believe in myself, and I bounced back to life stronger than ever before. Within a year, I was off medicines completely. In just 4.5 years of marriage, I lost my husband. When I was doing his last rites, I asked 2 questions to myself. Am I strong, or I'm pretending to be strong? I realized that time I was really had, in 4.5 years, I had actually become strong. So, I did all his rites right and emerged even stronger and promised myself that I would relieve everyone who was going through suffering. And I made it my mission from 2006 to save people through practice of Buddhism, which is a way of life that helps people to believe in themselves. Today, I spread peace wherever I go. My parents, my brothers, and my whole family are really proud of me, and my children look up to me. My friends who had rejected me in the time of depression because they thought maybe, some monetary help or something I would, take from them. So they had all left me behind and I was all alone. But, I could actually fight my battle all alone, believing ki yes, like I will not allow any other person to commit suicide or get depressed, like how I was, because I realized how important it is to be alive. So I wanted to see the joy of being alive, and to, like everyone also sitting here or anyone who's going through, if at all you all have any issue or anything, please tell your close friend or anyone whom you trust, but never would feel down. So full of love, light, lot of websites and print.
I would really want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anjali Chhabria for everything that she's done. Okay. It's not easy to have the only image of your birth mother burning herself. Watching someone go up in flames, I can still feel her scream, her burning smell, which left me sleepless most nights. I couldn't even spell death at 3.5. I didn't even know what was happening around me. But ever since that day, seeds of insecurity started to manifest. I replayed that memory over and over and over again in my mind. Initially, I just wanted to dive in the fire and just wish I killed myself at that point of time. If I had ended my life then, I know that I wouldn't have felt the pain, the agony, the hardships that followed later on. The feeling of your own mother abandoning you, the one who gave birth to you, a mother who's supposed to protect you, but just left you in this world. For the longest time, I blamed myself. I thought she committed suicide because of me. I thought I had done something and I just lay helpless. There have been numerous times I've cut myself, I've hurt myself just so that the feeling inside wouldn't be numb, so I could feel something else. Where I wish ending my life was the only hope. I couldn't forgive her. I couldn't forgive myself. Self-loathing began to creep in, and bit by bit it started engulfing me. I gave in to my fears. I believed I was not good enough. I believed I was the curse, and everything I touched would be destroyed. It took me constant self-talk day in and day out, with every conscious breath not to be pessimistic. I still have my bad days, but most days are good. That's what's important, right? I went through a lot of therapy, and finally I realized now that it was never about me, it was about her. And to this day, I feel so bad that the fact in this whole world she had no one to talk to, no one could help her. I now understand that I cannot change the past or worry about the future. The only present moment is here and it's now. You're not your mistakes, you're not your problems. You're not your past. You have the power to make your wounds into wisdom. Don't ever let the past define you. You can heal, you're not alone. Just remember, nothing and no one in this world is worth your life. Your life is your own. You are here for a reason. Death will come when it needs to. Till then, live for yourself. You're a masterpiece in the making. Your color is needed in this world. Don't ever forget that. Thank you.
of the Year, Corporate Leadership Awards, Businessman of the Year, CNN IBN Indian of the Year, Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Padma Shri, Mr. Dilip Sanghvi.
So, Dr. Chabaria, Dr. Shetty, guests and friends. When Dr. Chabaria suggested that I speak to all of you on suicide, so from my point of view, when I look at our society and look at the problems that are serious but underappreciated, then suicide will be one of the important area that we genuinely don't know its implication and its impact on the society. Almost 1/3 of the suicide in the world are committed in India. And it's a death that we can prevent or we can avoid. And as I heard Natasha say before me, is that nothing is worth giving your life. So it's important for the message that Dr. Chabaria wants to reach out to public, also all of us, is that suicide is not the solution, it's not the answer. And if you read the book, I think she articulates very well many situations in which people attempt suicide, financial difficulty, failure in love, failure in any relationship, exams, and many situations where people are unable to cope with the pressure on which they are unable to find solution to, where if we can help them understand that if they talk to people, because under stress people end up taking very highly emotional decisions without any rational approach as well as logic. So if we can reach out to these people and help them understand, and I think book helps you look at issue in that perspective, that there are solutions and there are alternatives that we don't consider, or the patient or the person who is attempting suicide doesn't consider. And if he's counseled, if he's able to reach out to people. So I actually have been discussing with Dr. Chabaria about helpline, suicide helpline, maybe for a long time. And that hasn't happened, but I think a much more specific actionable agenda that she has been able to work with is to give an instrument to both practitioners and also to the patients and to society at large, that how can we work towards addressing this major problem that we have in the society. So
Good evening, friends. It's very heartening to see all of you in such large numbers here. I think it's a testimony to Anjali's great popularity, but I also think it is because all of us do realize that the topic of this book, death is not the answer, is something that we need to take really, really seriously. Death is not the answer is not a self-help book, but I think it is a book whose time has come, and it will be very invaluable to talk about it, to share it. I really applaud the courage of the speakers before me to share what has been a personal journey of trauma and then celebration. And I'm so deeply moved by it that I think that we really need no more except to salute you and your spirit, and thank you very, very much, both of you, and also Shefali, who was here. The first time I encountered suicide was when I was in the 9th standard.
and I'll read you a little bit from there. She stopped at the yet to be completed building, walked up 14 floors, then made her way to the terrace. She counted the steps to the edge of the building, looked down at the minuscule people going about their daily chores, and then climbed down. The next day she repeated the exercise. On the third day, she jumped to her death. She was my classmate, bright, intelligent, vivacious. The school was stunned into silence. Then the gossip mill started doing the rounds. She was a lesbian, and that explained her suicide. Till this day, I have no idea whether that conjecture was true or not. But even if she was, so what? The cruel fact is that at the age of 14, she had no one to guide her or talk her out of the darkness she felt engulfed by. Suicide fundamentally is an escape from an unbearable situation that is ironically a self-protective move, writes Dr. Anjali Chhabria. Self-protective? If only. If only. Be it a broken heart, insecurity, failure in an examination, financial constraints, rejection from a friend, standing atop a building and jumping into your death should not be the way out. There is help, seek it. This is the message which not just the youth but all individuals who are vulnerable need to understand. Yes, life will not pan out the way we imagine it will, and there will be times when we may not be in a mental condition to make the best decisions for ourselves. It is especially at times like this that we need to reach out to those who can help us rethink and reconsider. There is always another option. It has been said here before that in our society there is this unspoken fear that the minute you talk about a mental illness, people will look at you as mad and they will make fun of you, they will deride you, which is why people do not treat mental illness in the same way that you would a physical illness. You would, if you had a heart problem, you would go to the doctor. If you had a headache, you would go to the doctor. So why, when it is a physical, when it is a mental illness, do we worry about it so much? This book is an attempt to make us understand that there should be absolutely no shame attached to it. And one of the things that Anjali told me that came as a real surprise to me was when I said that, you know, how do we recognize that somebody is sort of has a tendency to commit suicide? And she said they talk about it. And that came as a huge surprise to me, because you know how we are. If somebody talks about suicide, we say, "Itna drama kar rahi hai, aise thodi koi baat karta hai." She would commit suicide. Now that is the wrongest thing. You have to pick up that signal. If somebody talks about suicide, that person needs help. This is something that we should all realize. In recent times, it's been said a lot that there are so many actors who are committing suicide. What is the reason for this? There's much speculation. There's always some TV actress that you hear about and then you say, oh, she had a boyfriend, there was a problem over there. Some kind of thing saying that, you know, there must be some tendency because she is an actor, that there must be something mad. Recent times, Robin Williams actually, when he committed suicide, it came as such a shock, because I mean, here was this person who had brought humor into their lives, whose sensitive portrayal in Dead Poets Society, you believed that he had life at his fingertips. I have my own understanding, and that's what I'd like to share with you. Acting is a very demanding profession. It demands that the actor remain in a state of perpetual emotional preparedness, ready to explode at the command, start, sound, camera, action. Shot done, she is expected to effortlessly push back the emotional upheaval into storage and function normally. We are consistently asked to do the opposite of what civilized behavior asks us to do. Civilized behavior says control your emotions, don't show them. What does acting say? At the click of a button, emotion number 36, nikal ke aao, ha, ro ke, then finally go back to being completely normal. Oh, haste raho, and go back to life which is completely different. It has to take its toll. If you are a serious actor and if you're looking for your resources from life itself, these emotionally draining moments really take their toll on you. Inevitably, the residue of frequent emotional churning leaves its traces. No wonder actors are prone to being neurotic and highly strung. It is an adrenaline rush. Actors inhabit the world of the characters they play and willingly expose themselves to varied and demanding emotional roller coaster rides. This has many effects: the highs of success, the lows of failure. Coming under the glare of public scrutiny, all this often leads to anxiety and depression. Nobody believes this. An actor is supposed to be the epitome of confidence and positivity. Friends and family are often unable to understand this. Even small irritations start assuming the proportions of insurmountable obstacles. The more you struggle against it, the more tightly the depression holds you in its grip. At such times, you need professional help. Dr. Anjali Chhabria has equipped hundreds of vulnerable people with the ability to recognize symptoms of depression and find the strength to overcome feelings of hopelessness before it becomes too late. So, here's to Anjali Chhabria.
Thank you, Shabana ji.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I never knew that I've got to speak here, Anjali. I was not prepared. Anyway, Namaskar. Congratulations, Anjali. You've done a good job, but I don't think death is not the answer. Death is the answer. Kyun? Death of ignorance, death of wrong image of yourself, death of your ego, and stupid ideas. Death of your egos. Huh? Ego means a wrong image about your own self. And people usually are not taught to love themselves. I don't know why. People should love themselves. I love myself every day in the morning, you must say, when you get up, at any age. We say that to a little baby, and who's the little baby inside us? We have a little baby inside us too. I did not come prepared. क्या पढ़ना है? अरे मैंने क्या लिखा याद भी नहीं. You should have told me. I just left my thing in the car. Anyway, death here, what Anjali says, is not the answer. Means you have to pay for what you have done. If I take today a bank loan, I've got to pay it. No? Simple as that. No? So what is there in the running away from things what we've done? In Hindi, we were taught in childhood, हमें भागना नहीं है, हमें जागना है. जागना है means have the knowledge, jagna, gyan, the right knowledge, and bhagna means running away. And there's no point. That is not the answer, because मरकर भी नहीं हुआ तो फिर कहाँ जाएंगे? फिर you've got to come back. You've got to pay again. And even in real life, if you do not understand a simple situation, it keeps on coming again and again to you. It keeps on again. You've got to complete it. And life is full of, actually, Anjali, I think we're taking life too seriously. Life we have to learn to take life easy. It's like Shabana was talking about films and movies and scenes and roles. If you start feeling that we are just playing a role, and my driver is playing the role of a driver, and my wife is playing the role of in a woman's costume, and my cook is playing the role of a cook who cooks food. Everybody is a soul. The moment we think, we start understanding that we are a soul with a body, not a body with a soul. मेरे अंदर soul है नहीं. I, the soul, am carrying a body through which I express myself. Without the body, you cannot. So the moment you start realizing your originality of soul is what? Peace, love, happiness, knowledge, power. Those 7 qualities which everybody knows. So if I am peace, I am love, and that is my original quality. So my job today, in this lifetime, is to go back to my original quality. जैसे आपको भगवान ने भेजा है, you got to go back. वो रागा चुनरी में दाग लिखा था ना किसी ने, वैसे क्यों दाग करके जाएं? You got to go back to your original self. And the moment you understand that you are a soul and start believing it, you will start looking at the other person as a soul who has come to work and do his duty. Like I was playing Mazdoor in Mazdoor, Dilip Kumar was playing Mazdoor and I was playing his boss. So Dilip Sahab has not become my Mazdoor. As soon as the director says, "ठीक है, yes sir, after having a better sir, I say," but at that time he's playing the role. But originally he is Dilip Sahab or Cooley, Amitabh, whatever. So in the same thing, if we follow here in real life, the Mera Cook hai, he is playing the role. Both of us are souls. But we have got to understand that the other person is also soul. I am a soul that day. This death is not the answer. अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू मिस्टर ओबराय, थैंक यू सो मच. मुझे डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला था मिस्टर ओबराय को बुला लो तुम्हें. इकोनॉमिस्ट मिस्टर वल्लभ भंसाली.
Anjali wouldn't have me here if I was all that. It's my interest in, I think, a very effective form of meditation called Vipassana that she and I have discussed for many, many years. That she felt I could say something or share something in the book. I think the previous speakers have covered a lot of ground and covered it brilliantly. So all that I would say is, while death is not the answer, the book is an answer to many, many situations. So the death probably is a daunting word. The reality is, as Shabana ji said, that actors, they go through a lot of stresses. But I think modern life is making an actor out of everybody. We play so many roles every day. And while on the one hand, it's a liberated society where you are encouraged to be yourself, but we do recognize that, we forget how to be independent and ourselves and yet start playing roles, whether as a teenager, whether as a yuppie or whatnot. I just pick up two themes. One is ignorance, second is helplessness. That's what drives us to do anything wrong. And I think it's a duty for all of us, encouraged by the bold and imaginative and a thorough professional approach that Anjali has taken in writing this book and addressing a very important question, not often discussed in society, that what do we do to create a sense of help being available. So when Dilip Bhai said about helpline, I'm totally with him, that only if we can create helplines of all kinds, that help is easily available, a lot of people will be more hopeful. And as to ignorance, as Oberoi Sahib said, that who you are, I think a lot is being done today's times with all the kind of spiritual channels and whatnot. And I can only share one thing, that I have a vision. I'm involved with the schools project and we're trying to bring about a change in the civic environment through citizenship education. But that's just the beginning, and because nobody ever taught us citizenship. What does a good citizen mean, and so on. But I'm not here to talk about it. We are building this anchor in the schools, really, eventually to lead to scientific spirituality. Why it is not taught at schools? Why are we so afraid to deal with that, in the fear that there will be this religion, this may be a Sangh agenda, it may be somebody else's agenda. We're talking about the reality of ourselves. So I think you started a movement, I can only say, Anjali, more power to you, and you have probably invoked and evoked in all of us, all those who really care about society and fellow beings, to do what we can. Dilip Bhai, I am with you. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Bhansali.
There you go, fantastic. All right.
Miss Wahida Rahman, can we have a huge round of applause for her, everyone? Please, please, please. Shabana ji. Mr. Oberoi, please, if you join up. Everyone, all the guests here. Mr. Sangvi. Mr. Bhansali, sir, please. If you could please join us up on the stage. Dr. Shetty, Dr. Shetty, Dr. Shetty, Dr. Shetty. Calling Dr. Shetty, please, up on stage for the photo op, sir. मिस नीतू घोष एंड मिस नताशा, क्या आप दोनों अब आ सकते हैं स्टेज पे डॉक्टर छाबरिया के साथ एक फोटो आप के लिए प्लीज। नताशा जी आप भी आ जाएं, नीतू जी आप भी आ जाएं। First, let's do a photo with the ladies, with the lovely ladies, Neetu and Natasha, right there. Photographer भाइयों. Alright, अगली हमारी जो इम्प्रॉम्प्टू स्पीकर मैं यहाँ पर बुलाने वाली हूँ डाइस पे, मैम आपके
फ्रॉम द डेथ आपको हमेशा जवान महसूस करना है, अपने आप को पहचानना, अपने आप का वो उम्फ जो है उसको आप पहचाने तो आप कई मतलब छतों पर नहीं जाएंगी, किसी के पास नहीं जाएंगी और ज़िंदगी को प्यार करेंगी। सबसे पहले मैं तो सिर्फ सुनने आई थी, जैसे कहते हैं हर घर कुछ कहता है, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके घर में कुछ ऐसा होता है कि कभी कभी लगता है कि आप अपने लोगों को सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं। मुझे 2 लाइन कहना है कि जब मुझे कहा गया कि डॉक्टर छाबड़िया है, मैंने इनको देखा, बहुत कोमल, बहुत ही सीधी, इनकी आवाज़ भी मेरे कान तक नहीं पहुंच पाती। पहली बात, मैं अपने लिए नहीं गई थी, मैं ज़िंदगी को और मौत को दोनों को चुनौती देती हूँ। आई हैव लिव्ड द लाइफ इन फुलेस्ट, और मैं ये हमेशा कहती हूँ कि आपने आके शेयर करा, पर आप जैसी छोटी छोटी बच्चियों ने ऐसा किया क्यों कि आप घबरा गई। सबसे पहली बात है, अभी हमने इप्सन फेस्टिवल किया था जिसमें कि डॉल्स हाउस में नौरा कहती है, जब उसका हस्बैंड उसके आगे आता है और कहता है कि तुम रुको, तो शी सेज लिसन, तुम माँ हो, तुम वाइफ हो, तो व्हाट शी सेज, नीदर आई एम मदर नॉर आई एम वाइफ, फर्स्ट आई एम ए ह्यूमन बीइंग। तो हर औरत को अपने अंदर का वो ह्यूमन बीइंग पहचानना है, अपने आप को अपने आप से प्यार करना है। एंड व्हाट आई लाइक अबाउट हर, डॉक्टर अंजलि जिनके लिए मुझे मौका मिल ही गया, कि ये सुनती हैं। हमारे घर में कुछ ऐसा होता है, हम धारणा बना लेते हैं, हम प्रेजुडिस हो जाते हैं, हम एक जजमेंट पास कर देते हैं अपने बच्चों में, अपने जो भी कोई, अरे यार ये तो डिप्रेस रहती है, अरे यार ये अपने बारे में बात करती है। बट मैंने देखा कि इनमें एक पेशेंस है, इनमें एक इतनी कोमलता है, एक ऐसी सुनने की, वी ऑल हैव टू बिकम लिसनर लाइक अस, तो फिर हमारे बच्चों को छत पर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। और अबव ऑल, निगोड़ी कैसी जवानी है।
बाय पॉपुलर डिमांड, मैं मेरी बिसात आपके आगे में गाना गा दूं।
हम तो हॉल ऑफ फेम में पहुंच चुके हैं। एनीवे, निगोड़ी कैसी जवानी है, जो बात सुने ना मेरी निगोड़ी।
Give it up for Miss Ilaru, ladies and gentlemen. बहुत डांटा है मुझे मम्मी ने, बहुत डांटा।
पीछे आया रवीना मैम यहाँ से सेंटर सेंटर रवीना जी सेंटर डायरेक्ट चलो 1 मिनट अंदर ही
my juniors, my seniors. It is, in fact, yesterday when I was talking to Vallabhbhai, he said that I know a speech. There is a chapter on economic hardships where I have spoken about him. As children, we went through economic hardships. I'm sure we all do. And I remember he would come and tell us that there is emergency in the house. So all that we understood was we're not supposed to spend too much money. But did we have less fun? Not at all. We went to the beach, we played with the sand. He spent every evening with us. All my friends know Kshitija, where are you? He drove us for our exams. Kshitija, where are you? Yes, you remember him driving us for our exams. That Kshitija is a doctor, a big doctor who's standing behind there. Duru, my first friend of my life. Yes, I put your hand up over there. Aruna, where are you? Where is Aruna? And where is my little Sufi, my baby, who's been trying to scream from here? Danma, Danma, where is she? Yeah, who has specially taken a flight and I don't know where all she's. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Raveena Tandon. Where all I've come from? Oh, well, I was in Bangalore yesterday in the afternoon, then I took a 3 a.m. flight to Lucknow. I finished an event in Lucknow. I had a conference for principals. You'll be surprised and proud of me. I was actually giving gyan to principals this morning, Shabana ji. Can you imagine? And then I've taken this evening flight and I'm here and very proud to be here and so happy and congratulations. And I think this is a very, very important topic that we are all here to discuss and take this cause forward, and obviously with the headmaster here who will be cracking the whip and seeing to it that we all do it well. I don't want to take this moment away from you, so I want you to continue with the I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all the guests here, family, friends, well-wishers, members of the media, and of course my seniors, my colleagues, friends. I guess we all know we all gathered here for a certain cause, and that touches us all so deeply. It starts obviously with depression. Everyone has ups and downs in life, but there are different ways to deal with it. There are the stronger ones who deal with it, and there are ones who just collapse and scatter away and just let go of their lives. And that, I think, is something that can be prevented, can be helped, and not only through various means, but it also requires the support of family, friends who realize that at that very sensitive hour, this person needs to be taken care of. I think this book is very important for everybody to read, because it's not only a lesson on how to do, what to do, why to do, but it actually gives you a true meaning that why, and that death is actually not the answer. There's a full life ahead for you to live, stand up and walk again. And well, I've lived with that mantra through my life, through my ups and downs, picked up the pieces and put them together and walked again, and thankfully with love and support of friends, of my family, that they've always been a backbone. But there are some people who are not lucky enough, and so what do you do? So it's basically, as a celebrity, I would like to take this cause forward. I'd like to talk about it. When you hear the statistics from none other than the boss, you'll be really shocked to know that I think it's a very, very scary, I'll leave all that for you to do. I don't want to jump into your this thing and start rattling off what we discussed. But most definitely as a celeb, I'd like to take this cause forward. I'd like to help people. This book also kind of gives you an insight on to recognize signs of people around you, that in case you notice someone who you can see is going towards the depression, going towards that. So it's very important for us to be vigilant, to be alert, and yes, carry the message forward. So as a celeb, I'd like to spread awareness about this, talk about it, make people aware, whether it's on social media or all the means that I have in my capacity to take this cause forward. I'd like to thank and congratulate Dr. Anjali Chhabria here for, it's not only just a book, I think it's a noble cause that you've taken ahead, and I wish you all the very success and all the very best, not only because you are what you are, but you're a wonderful person, you're beautiful inside out.
Thank you so much. Thank you to each one of you. Archana, Bittu, you all are here. Come. My dad wants to say something. He never talks.
I already want to say.
क्या हुआ? मैम रेडी है? अरे आ जाओ, कहाँ गया मशीन?
ये विनोद हो गया तो चुप करना, विनोद हो गया हो गया तो चुप करना विनोद, विनोद हो गया विनोद, अरे ओ दादा
मैम इकडे क्या नहीं
अभी का बारी तो मैं कब से कर रही हूँ।
बाइट इधर है ना? हाँ इधर
Wait 1 second, I think someone's joining. There's Sumit चलो ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम। हाँ कोई बात नहीं, चलो।
जी रवीना जी क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
आई थिंक ये जो कॉज है ये बहुत ही ज़रूरी है। जहाँ पे आप स्टेटिस्टिक्स देखेंगे तो जवान बच्चे कभी सुसाइड कमिट कर रहे हैं। आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे लेकिन 10 में से जो सुसाइड्स होती हैं उसमें से 6 हाउसवाइफ्स होती हैं और कहीं ना कहीं औरतों की संख्या ज़्यादा है सुसाइड करने का। तो एज अ कॉज ऑफ कंसर्न कि ये बढ़ते जा रहा है प्रॉब्लम, और कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग क्लिनिकली इस डिप्रेशन को वी आर नॉट डीलिंग विद इट क्लिनिकली। तो ये एक नॉर्मल मतलब आम ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि अरे सुसाइड कमिट कर लिया, लेकिन ये एक एक्चुअली क्लिनिकल इशू है। Just let them join in, no? Please join in. I will not repeat everything. रीमा, you move ना। मैं एक चीज़ बोलूँ? थोड़ा एक कदम पीछे हो जाओ, मेरे को जगह दो। हाँ, ये बेटर है?
Yeah, done.
Thank you.
एक जन घूम दे तो एक के हाथ में घूम ले लो।
Side is behind, and this side is the front is fine, right? Or should I put both? Behind? No, this is do we go? Okay, ready?
Ready guys? Ready. रवीना जी क्या कहना चाहेंगे? ग्रुप लॉन्च पे आई हैं आप। गाइस साइलेंट। अरे गाइस साइलेंट। जी रवीना जी रेडी।
जहाँ तक मैं समझती हूँ कि ऐसा एक बुक आना, वो भी एक डॉक्टर के ज़रिए लोगों तक पहुँचना, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है।
कैमरा नीचे है तो क्या
भैया आपका हो गया तो मैं बोलूँ यार।
शांत रहो, शांत।
रोल ये जिसको नहीं मिला ट्रांसफर ले।
बेटा यू नो व्हाट, यू गिव दिस माइक टू सुमित, आप पीछे आ जाओ तो वो कैमरा वाले को जगह हो जाएगी। थोड़ा जगह बना दो। हाँ घुस जाना नीचे। ओके,
चलो
तो प्लीज डोंट हिट ईच अदर, प्लीज डोंट फाइट, रिलैक्स। guys. Behave yourselves. नहीं, इनको नई जगह मिली हो, पीछे धक्कम धक्की हो रही है। 2 मिनट भैया, ये आपका नहीं यूज हो रहा है ना? Ready? Okay? Okay? Now I'm starting. Sumita.
You have to continue, otherwise this will not.
Just exciting. Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming here, even though there was some time.
I will not repeat. I will not. I'm sorry. I have to go. I'm very tired.
Thank you so much for coming here. Some words for Anjali ji and the book.
I think बहुत ज़रूरी था कि ऐसी एक किताब लोगों तक पहुँचे, लोगों के ज़रिए पहुँचे। एक डॉक्टर के ज़रिए लिखी हुई किताब बहुत ही ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि अगर आप स्टेटिस्टिक्स देखेंगे, एक तो सुसाइड एक बहुत ही गंभीर प्रॉब्लम है, जो एक ऐसी आम प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट हैज़ टू बी ट्रीटेड क्लिनिकली। एक क्लिनिकल प्रॉब्लम है, जिसे डिप्रेशन कहते हैं, जो लोग कभी कभी पहचान नहीं पाते हैं, चाहे छोटे बच्चे हों। आजकल आप देख रहे हैं एग्ज़ाम में थोड़ा कम मार्क्स मिल जाते हैं, थोड़ी बाप की डांट पड़ जाती है, पिता की माता की डांट पड़ जाती है, तो एक ये गंभीर स्टेप उठा लेते हैं, जो मतलब अच्छी बात नहीं है। एंड आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं एक होप जो मिलना चाहिए ऐसे केसेस में। अगर आप देखेंगे तो 10 में से 6 जो संख्या है वो एक्चुअली औरतों की है जो सुसाइड कमिट करती हैं। आउट ऑफ द 10 सुसाइड केसेस दैट कम, एंड दे आर मोस्टली हाउसवाइफ्स। सो आई थिंक इट्स वेरी नेसेसरी कि एक ऐसी किताब आए जो आपको एक होप दे, एक आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप जो क्या होना चाहिए, कैसे होना चाहिए, आपको कैसे साइंस रिकग्नाइज करने चाहिए कि आपका कोई फैमिली मेम्बर डिप्रेस्ड है, आपकी कोई दोस्त डिप्रेस्ड है, उनकी आप कैसे मदद करें। सो दिस बुक का टाइटल सेज इट ऑल, दैट डेथ इज नॉट द आंसर, विच आई थिंक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
रवीना, इसके अलावा हाल ही में दीपिका ने
डिप्रेशन में ऐसा गई हूँ, कोई आपको याद आता?
मैं ये पूरे कमरे में जब किसी के ऊपर भी हाथ रख दूँ ना, ऐसे कोई इंसान नहीं है जिसकी लाइफ में अप्स एंड डाउन्स नहीं आए हों, तो और जिन्होंने लेकिन हर एक इंडिविजुअल के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। कुछ लोग हैं जो अपने आप को समेट लेते हैं, उठते हैं और वापस चलते हैं, और कुछ लोग हैं जो थोड़े वीक से होते हैं, जो अपने प्रॉब्लम्स के से नहीं डील कर सकते हैं, हार मान जाते हैं। तो ये एक सबकी ही लाइफ में ऐसे मुकाम तो आते ही हैं, किसी की ऐसी लाइफ नहीं है जो बिगनिंग से एंड तक खुशहाल ही रही हो।
रवीना, आप डिप्रेशन को कैसे मतलब ओवरकम करती है? आपके ऊपर कोई डिप्रेशन हो?
ये बहुत ही लंबा आंसर है, एक बार जब साथ बैठेंगे तब। बट आई थिंक कि बहुत ज़रूरी है टू रियलाइज़ कि ज़िंदगी में सबके अप्स एंड डाउन्स होते हैं, एंड जो आपको दिया है ऊपर वाले ने, आप वो अपने ब्लेसिंग्स गिनिए, ये कि जो आपके पास नहीं है। एंड जैसे कि मैंने कहा, मैं तो ऐसे समझती हूँ कि ऊपर वाले ने एक छत दी है, सामने थाली में खाना पड़ा है, पेरेंट्स का प्यार है, और क्या चाहिए? पेरेंट्स का आशीर्वाद है, और ज़िंदगी में और क्या चाहिए किसी को?
Lots of people coming out to accept this situation of theirs. Do you think this is encouraging and will set an example?
Of course it does. I think as celebrities we should be as honest and as human to show people that सबको दर्द होता है। ऐसी बात नहीं है कि हम सेलिब्रिटीज़ हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं हम पत्थर के बने हुए हैं। सबको दर्द होता है, सबको महसूस होती है, लेकिन जैसे कि मैंने कहा, हर इंडिविजुअल के ऊपर है कि वो कैसे अपनी कठिनाइयों को फेस करते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीबॉडी।